Yeah.
You're like a tactical schmuck.
Shamog. Shamog. What's up, YouTube? Irish USMC Vet. Poison Stinger over there sucking down the coffee.
Hell yeah, bro.
We're back. Don't know what time it is.
It is 8 o'clock.
What time?
8 o'clock here.
8 o'clock. The War Witch is with us. She's back here. What up, bitch?
Steel Panther has a new song out. Let's Get High Tonight. Dropped 4 minutes ago.
Good morning to
Check
Saints,
that out.
Sappers. How are you doing today, sir? Check out what?
Steel Panther has a new song out called Let's Get High Tonight.
Let's get high tonight.
You ever hear Steel Panther, bro?
No.
Okay, do you like 80s hair metal?
I like all kinds of stuff, I guess. So,
Okay,
I've never heard of that.
I think you would like them. They are a newer band. They still put out songs, but they are an 80s hair band that sings about very promiscuous activities.
Mm.
You would probably really enjoy the music.
All right. So it's like 2 Live Crew from my era. So Saints just says he's alive. Well, that's not good. You're supposed to be thriving there, Saints.
How you doing, Saints?
I'm unprepared today. We didn't have anything rolling here. Haven't even hit the cafe again. Well, I did this morning, but did not have my other cafe. Only 15 minutes till work, says Riddle Girl. AZ not ready to reopen. We were supposedly to do a soft reopen, but I don't know what the hell that means because the wife did not send me.
Everybody get out and do whatever you want to do, bitch. You know.
Well, we went out and took a little spy ride. My area observation, and everybody was out. So yeah, it looks like
good.
Everybody was in a free for all today. So, or not today, yesterday on a Sunday, which is rather weird.
And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Trump supporters. Bullshit. Trump's not wanting you to get out. He's the one that fucking started this whole bullshit. Quarantining the fucking country."
There was a protest yesterday about that too at the Capitol.
About what?
The lockdown in Arizona.
Yeah, there's one going around most of the country. We didn't go to that one.
Oh, you did not go to that one? Why did you not go to that one? Poison Stinger. Were you slacking? You were slacking, weren't you?
Yeah.
You're slacking. Sorry. We expect to see you
lately, bro.
We expect to see you at every rally with your pickle nipples. You should get a tactical. Get you a saw pouch like this. Like get you a saw pouch and put your jar of pickles in there, and then just have the nipple hanging out. Be like, "Would you like to touch my nipple?" Get a patch. Get a patch. Would you like to touch my nipple? It's a pickle nipple.
Where do you think that sound came from?
Brrr. Yeah. No. All right, so it looks like I have the last week's numbers still up here for the world count of Cerveza-bug. I guess John over at Prepared Mind keeps getting bamboozled. Uh-oh. Red. Do you have a red, white, and blue one so you can have 3?
We have 4 total, but 2 of them are in use currently.
2 of them are in use already, and he just got them.
Yeah.
All right. 2,000,002.
You make them tassels and start doing your little dance. My wife is nuts.
I can hear the laugh. She's like, oh. We need to get her a baseball bat. So here's the numbers for, I guess, over the weekend. there's an article that says, "Sad America, the only country in the world where millions of people now believe the virus is a hoax. Protesters aren't wearing masks in public, demanding freedom but not exercising responsibility. WHO run by the communist collaborator who covered up the violent genocide of Ethiopia." So yeah, that's where we're at. 200,000 people, I guess, worldwide.
Makes me happy
Got
hearing that
the
most
virus
people think
overnight
it's a hoax.
or over the weekend. Roughly 200,000 people got the virus. 148,730 went to 165,069. Dead in the USA. There's all the numbers for you. Saints and Sappers, sorry, sir, missed the comment here. I'm going out today, but I'm going to look like a surgeon. I have the tactical shemagh on today because I'm going to be doing some more tilling. Poison Stinger calls it my scarf, and will probably make fun of my miniature espresso maker that goes on the fireplace. It's miniature, and it makes one cup. It's great for camping.
Scarf, you drinking coffee out of a fancy thing. You have to have your pinky up.
I already beat you to it, bro. I already knew.
Yeah, I know.
Already knew. I'm gonna put some botanicals in my beard so that I smell fruity and fresh.
Tactical flowers.
Yeah, tactical flowers. Yeah. Well, stay safe. I don't know when you're leaving, if you're gonna hang around for a little bit or not, but I mean, stay safe. Remember everything you touch, just so you can soak yourself down. I don't believe that the virus is a hoax at all. However, I don't believe in my freedoms being robbed either. So take your own precautions. Very, very, very. And I know, Saints, I don't have to tell you anything. Preach to the choir there. Let's see here. Dozer762, sup? Y'all, long time no see. All right, how's it been going? Where you're at? Been working? Is that why you haven't checked in?
Yeah.
Welcome,
How's it going
Dozer.
in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, give us a report on what it looks like in your area.
Toilet paper coming back on the shelves.
Yeah, toilet paper should be back. I mean, come on now.
People
You can't
stop.
shit if you don't have food to eat, so. So I went back through and found out that I was unsubscribed to a lot of people. A lot and lots of people that I used to be subscribed to. So I had to resubscribe to them. So if it looks like I resubscribed to you recently, that's because I did. Because I was unsubscribed again. I don't know how this keeps happening. I do not go in there because it asked you twice. Going to work soon, Central Illinois.
At least it's not Northern Illinois.
You're going back to work, or
No, I think he's just got to go to work.
you just got to go to work soon?
Maybe he works at this time.
Is it still crazy there? Not being able to find stuff, or is it calmed down?
Yeah, Illinois. Didn't they shut that shit down pretty quick?
In the north, but
Yeah.
okay, so you just got to go to work today. Well, at least you got still employed,
Yeah,
which
no,
could
that's
be a good thing or bad thing depending on how you feel about it. So I have some buddies that are pissed because they weren't considered essential, and then I have buddies that were essential.
Depends on if you had money set aside or not.
Well, there's a fight going on in our community now because the people that were laid off got their check from the government, but the other people are pissed off because they were considered mandatory or essential, so they had to go to work and they don't get the check. So now there's the debacle of why does he get a check and I still have to go to work. So I guess everybody's getting a check. I don't know. I'm not hip on that subject. I'm sure there's 1,000 videos out there, but the people that got the checks already were laid off, I guess, or already applied for unemployment because they got laid off. And then the people that are working haven't got theirs yet, their stimulus check. So they're pissed off at the people that got their check already, but they didn't get their check. But can't really go anywhere and do anything because I don't know what the fuck. You can buy online and then wait 6 weeks to get it. So
Oh
I don't
no,
know.
you can't go anywhere but the grocery store. You know, where everybody else is going, so you all can meet up in the same fucking spot. Right?
Now I've coughed in one aisle, and 3 people fucking over 3 aisles over got it too because they say it travels up to 10 yards if you cough into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I love it when I go through the store and people just stare at me because I'm not wearing a mask. It's great. I don't need to wear a mask. Everybody in the motherfucking store's got a mask on. Why do I need to wear a mask?
Right.
If you cough, it's going to catch in your mask. So I'm cool.
I still think the mask helps prevent you from spreading it to me versus the other way around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you cough, yeah, it's going to stop it. Oh, I had to sneeze in the store the other day, bro. Oh, you just don't even know.
I can imagine, man.
And
My
I was like,
sneezes are pretty violent too. So
I
if
was
I have a
holding my
sneeze,
nostril. I was like, ugh. But I ended up sneezing, but I held it in because there was like people around me.
Dozer's Bass Pro Shop was still open around him. That's cool. Yeah, I would think. I didn't go to Bass Pro, but I would imagine they were been open around me too. Sportsman's Warehouse was open, and that's a little smaller than Bass Pro, but there's the same kind of store. So anything that does camping or gun stuff, they're gonna get to stay open because of gun stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
But they were only allowing a certain amount of people in the store at one time, and you had the 6-foot gaps and the line outside and stuff. So
yeah, I
that
actually
was the
got into
last
it.
time I actually went into a store, and that was a couple weeks ago.
I actually got into an argument with a guy because I stopped behind him in my social distancing, my 6-foot thing, and he was trying to get the bag open, right, to put tomatoes in it. And he's like, just forget it. He goes like, I'm in your way. I'm like, dude, calm the fuck down. I don't give a fuck. I was like, I ain't going nowhere anytime fast. So just please take your time, open the bag. I'm not rushing you. Fuck all these stupid ass laws and rules are. Open your bag and get your. He's like, he's just all panicked. I'm like, bro, calm the fuck down. There's no sense to get panicked. If I want to, I will go around. I'm not angry at you. Just get your tomatoes. He's like, well, this is just so frustrating. I'm like, I know. Don't worry about it. Fuck what they say. Like they had arrows on the fucking ground pointing which way you're supposed to go up an aisle, and you can't have more than one person in an aisle. It's like, bro, do your shopping and chill. I'm like, I'm not in a hurry. If I come here in a hurry, I would be carrying a hand basket.
And no beard.
Yeah. Yesterday, I saw the first time in Menards, 90% of the customers and all. Yeah, everybody here's essentially wearing masks. There was a few employees that were not. One guy was bitching because it got caught in his long hair. And the other one was some boy that decided he wanted to look like, what's that fucking kid's name? Justin Bieber, because he had his hair all spiked down in his eyes. I mean, it was like perfect. Like he put like 400 pounds of, hairspray in it. And it was just like fanned out like a fucking ostrich all in front of his face. And I was just like, yep. Yeah, he didn't want to fuck up his hair, bro. So, but, oh no. Was that another Allen wrench hitting the ground?
No, hold on.
But yeah, mostly
back momentarily.
Everyone was wearing masks. Not at Home Depot. I have not been to Menards. Morning, Walter Davis. But there's a majority of people wearing them here, yes. It's kind of amusing to me that before all this, most of the convenience stores had signs saying you had to remove all goodies, masks, and right. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I was thinking. Everybody's wearing masks now, or the majority of people. So, I mean, when's the robbery start? I'm sure they already have in some states, some big cities, but yeah, somebody will inevitably use the thing. Good morning, Eastwood Farms. Listen to them while driving. Friggin' idiots at the supermarket. Right? I mean, it's just phenomenal to think that people get that frustrated with just some stupid ass little store policy. I mean, I wasn't even imposing on the guy. Like, I stayed back far from him. And I told him, I was like, hey, bro, it's chill. Just chill. Take a deep breath. It's fine. Get your tomatoes. I don't care. I was like, I know I can't be in a hurry. I had to wait fucking 10 minutes to get into the store. So I was like, I'm not in no hurry. I was like, and so anyways, we passed each other a few times in the store, and you know, I nodded and nodded. He's like, at the end, he was in checkout across from me, self checkout, and he goes, hey. I was like, well, he said, excuse me, sir. And I was like, yeah, what's going on, man? He goes, thanks for that. He goes, I needed that. And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, you don't have to worry about it and get panicked. I was like, just ignore all the idiots. I just got yelled at for not wearing a mask in a little store in town. Really? Well, did everybody else have masks on inside that store? Because if they did, you're protected, Walter. You don't need to wear one because they're keeping all their funk inside. It's actually a good idea if the Chinese do that, because it does cut down on the spread of actual flu during flu season. So, or cold, wearing a mask does protect other people because you're coughing and it's just catching all back and you're refiltering your face. So, the Chinese have a right whenever it's flu season to wear them, but we can't do that in the United States because that would, allow them not to have their facial recognition software be tracking our every movement with a real ID. So I wonder if you go get your real ID now, if you could take it with your mask on. Yeah, let's see. So east winds. Do you guys have a? Well, you're driving, so I guess I can't. Leave it in the comments section if you have a root cellar. Whenever you get a chance, we're looking at putting 2 of those in. Well, one of them is going to double as a storm shelter, but nonetheless, it'll probably have, food in it. No one but the girl behind the counter in the store got a cup of coffee. We didn't have any cases here. So, well, she must be one of those people that were scared. I don't know. And you're in, shit, I can't remember if you're in Tennessee or... Sorry, Walter. Are you in Tennessee or... No, your windows were in New Jersey, I think. And you're in Pennsylvania, maybe. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head here. It's a bad day. I've been busy. So I have a cool little kit. I'm gonna show you guys and gals real quick. I bought this originally for a client that I had. She wanted some information. I'll go back with the bandana over my face, Terminator sunglasses, and exercise my right to open carry. Yeah, do it. Do it, my man. Do it, Walter. Do it. Hey, as long as your pants aren't sagging halfway off your ass and your basketball shorts are not showing, you're fine. But I was showing this to Poison Sting earlier. This is I don't even know if they make it anymore. It's called the Garden Pack. But it's basically a 3D model of how you're going to plant a garden or your yard area. So I bought this to show a client, but yeah, didn't get around to it. She was a little aggravated, I guess, or something. I don't know. Maybe she found somebody else to do it, but she wanted something that wasn't on a flat piece of paper or printed out from, software. So this is a 3D garden pack. It comes with a 48-page book that gives you like photos, instructions on how to plan, design any garden. So what I'm going to do is in my series of planting gardens, my intro to gardening and stuff, I'm going to use this to show people that are interested some of the cool features you can do and add and what you can cover up. What I like about this particularly is it has a place that shows you like a rock or a patio made out of patio pavers. And what I'd like to do is in real life when I do my storm shelter is put the patio pavers over top the storm shelter, kind of like they did back in the World War II type era. Cold War and all that stuff, where they thought they were going to get bombed. They'd build their bomb shelter underneath there. But I want to do the same thing for my storm shelter. So it's not a bomb shelter, but I think it'd be cool to do that. And now I say this, and I probably won't film any of it because I don't know where the hell the GoPro is. And my Sony camcorder battery sucks. So, and most videos I do from my phone or from right here in front of the camera. So, but I will attempt to, and if it's too shitty, it'll just get unlisted and no one will see. But I will attempt to, I promise.
All right.
So Walter said he's going to go, but I don't know how much you heard of that, but Walter's going to go back and go back with his bandana on and his glasses, his sunglasses, and go into the store and see if they say anything to him.
Yeah, I saw that, dude. That's great. I know we kind of had something similar to that going on here. The wife had gone in to a store and full get up, not to intimidate or anything, but she's going in with full mask and everything. She had forgotten to put her shirt over her firearm, so she's open carrying, and this store didn't like that, so they're like, oh, you can't come in here with an open carry gun. So she puts her shirt over it. There, it's concealed. No, you gotta go. We know you have it now, kind of thing. So she went out to the car, put it in her purse, and went right back in, I guess. But yeah, it is kind of funny.
And that was Riddle Girl?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I would have went outside and tucked my shirt over it and came right back in. Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. That was an illusion. You fell for it. Dipshittiest.
Yeah, what do you think of all the media talking about how all these protests are Trump supporters and Trump is to blame for people wanting the country to reopen? And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, isn't Trump the one that closed this shit down in the first place? If anything, I've seen a lot of Trump supporters out there wearing their MAGA hats and shit, but at the same time, Trump is the one saying that he don't need the governors because he's the one that controls whether the state's open or closed, right? 10th Amendment be damned. I mean, we've damned the 10th Amendment back in the 1860s, but still. I don't think it's a Trump movement. I think it's a where Americans will do what the fuck we want movement, which I am very proud to see. I didn't think I would. I mean, I thought eventually we'd get to that point because people got to make money. I didn't think we were at that point yet. But it's nice to see that people aren't so damn scared of an invisible boogeyman that they're not going to go out there and still live their life. And that's heartwarming for sure.
Sorry, I'm just going through here, pushing up links. Medical state, police state, Illinois judge orders department to provide names of all coronavirus patients to law enforcement.
There goes your HIPAA rights.
Yeah. Why the fuck does law enforcement need it? Now, we also covered the article where was it a couple or a single person? I think there was two that they put on house arrest, like GPS house arrest, because they tested positive for co-cerveza, and then they kept going out and doing things, so they put them on house arrest. Which was totally against all their constitutional rights. But that, and it's setting a precedent in the future of court cases that if you have a virus, then they can put you on security measures to make sure that you don't go anywhere. So, i.e., if you have HIV or any other virus in the future, you may be stuck with an ankle bracelet that tracks you everywhere you go, so that the police and Big Daddy, the Lord and Savior, big government can track and see where you're going, because they are your only one Lord and Savior. Accept your microchip in your forehead or your hand, or be denied all your freedoms. Just saying. That was my sarcasm bit, but it's true. If they can do that to somebody that has a cold and flu virus, all right, Walter. If they can do that to somebody that has a cold and flu virus, who is not to say that, the person has HIV or AIDS or any other cold or flu bug, that they won't just start putting the shit on you just to track you and take away even more of your freedom.
We're already getting to the point where they're trying to implement this as a new thing, that when you go to a baseball game or you go to any major event where there's a lot of people, that you get screened. Just like the TSA screens you through the airport, you're going to have to get screened in order to go to these other events, right? And it's seriously a little bit to the point where they're just trying to whittle it down. That's why I think a lot of people are calling this a fake virus. I don't think it's fake, but I think it's way overblown, because the fact that they're trying to get the scare or the fear up. They're trying to get your fear up so that you then allow them to take your freedoms away, because that is a proven strategy to take more American freedoms away, is to get the public good and scared. Because when you're scared, you'll do anything to not be scared. You got to have a solution. Think of the children, That's why they always push gun control after a main thing, because people are scared that, it could happen here. Not only scared, but also, the atrocity of the whole matter. We got to do something, even if it doesn't do anything. You don't want to just sit around and do nothing, because doing nothing doesn't seem like you're doing anything, because you do not. Right? So everybody wants to fix. We're a people. Human beings are the people of fixing things. You see a problem, and especially men, right? When your wife comes with you with a whole bunch of problems, what's the first thing you try to do? You try to fix it. That's not what she wants. She just wants the bitch. She doesn't want you to come up with a solution. I figured this out after a while, right? But it took a while, because they're coming to me with problems, the woman and the kid, and here I am trying to fix it and telling you what you need to do. That was not the issue at all, right? So it's what we are as a mentality, and it'll get us in trouble more often than it won't.
So my brother-in-law says, I'm going to try using your eggshell method, which I haven't talked about on here, where you take the eggs after you crack the tops of them off, pour the eggs out, and then you put dirt in those to make little mini planters.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, but damn, eggs are $3 a dozen, and God only knows how much fucking organic ones are. So he's like, he's trying to use everything that he can to
$3 dozen. Holy crap! I guess that's what you make up for all that cheap gas, bro.
I'm not sending you any. If you're watching, fuck you. I'm not sending you any eggs. That would be retarded. None of them would make it. And I told you how to make the toilet paper roll thing. So get your fucking sorry ass up, Luigi, Mario, fucking looking, and take your Mario looking ass and find something. You get newspapers, you get all that stuff. Get the auto trader. Do like I showed you. You know, I could search for a million different ways on how to do something. So I'm talking to Dick. If Dick's watching, which I'm sure he is, Dick, do what I told you. Don't you know, change it up too much. I mean, you can use whatever kind of planting container you want. Fuck you, styrofoam cups. Make sure you put a hole in them. Toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls. You just cut them up. Newspaper, auto trader, eggshells. Hell, 20-ounce bottles, 2-liter bottles. The video I just done, I did on reusing a Driscoll's strawberry thing to make a miniature greenhouse. Start your microgreens in that. Well, you don't even need soil in it, but you can start other things in it, like a flower bed or something. And then once it all grows into a mat, you just take it out, dig up the grass, and replace that grass square with your flower bed or whatever you want to put there. But anyways, I know you're watching, Dick, so quit making everything complicated. Keep it simple, stupid. Just keep moving on like I told you. I know you're sitting around with your thumb up your ass doing nothing but texting me. But, you know. And now his wife says that my eggs have E. coli. Idiot. This is the shit I have to deal with every day. Stan, sorry you didn't get the notification.
Hey Stan, how you doing this morning?
What would our top heavy senior populace be scared of most? Diseases or plagues? My seeds are crappy this year. Only my tomatoes have popped up and had to replant all the other seeds. Damn. So the quick cover that I made, all my cats and a dog decided they were going to get up on and bust all the shit. And one cat actually dug through both layers to get in there to stay warm. So, oh man, I don't even know what to say. Okay, I'm not even going to comment. I'll be on there all day talking to this fool. So Dick, if you're watching, that's for you, buddy. And you can tell your wife. Yeah, I don't even know what to say to her because we're live.
Stan's seeds are crappy this year. Only his tomatoes have popped and have had to replant all his other seeds. Oh, sorry to hear that, brother. We got a lot of seeds going. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, but we got a lot of things starting.
We're learning together. Power to the people.
Yeah.
We have a storeroom in the garage that is cold and dark. No emergency shelter, though. Okay. So I asked earlier, East Wind Farms, if they had a root cellar. We don't even have we do not have a root cellar, but we're going to put one in this week for sure. There's one going in. And then I have another place in mind for a storm shelter, which will kind of act as an overflow. And I know that sounds like big plans, but hopefully, you know, I can fill both of them. And then we can use the other one to sell out of, but also be a storm shelter as well. So that one will have to have a concrete roof cap, is where the root cellar will not. It won't have to be concrete. We'll put metal on it, cover it with 6 mil pond liner, and then backfill dirt 2 to 4 feet of earth. And then we'll have our root cellar, so we can store stuff in there. Still have time. Can't plant till toward. I have 1 week, supposedly, according to the website that I put out for everybody to check out to my last frost date. However, it has killed my cold hardy kiwi from the frost that we've had because I forgot to put something over top of that. I have not been down to the food forest to check the blooms on the fruit and nut trees, but I will be going down there this afternoon to check on that. So, storeroom in the garage. Okay, that'd be cool to see how you do that. Did you put gravel in the floor? I know you're driving, so I don't want to don't want to ask a bunch of questions. Because our root cellar is going to be a dirt floor with a footer and then concrete blocks. Boys and Stig, are you awake over there?
Yeah, I'm right here. What's up?
You lost in text, bro? You lost in text? That's why I didn't.
Okay, so something popped up and I clicked on it. Bad idea, right? Apparently they're trying to grow things in the lab. You ever see that ear that they grew on the back of a mouse?
Yeah.
Well, apparently they're growing vaginas now.
What?
Yeah. So
Jesus.
Curiosity got the better of me, so now I was reading a little bit. This is just a small paragraph. Yeah, sorry.
So they're growing
Vaginas and penises. Apparently, the next article was about, but I didn't get to that one.
Wow.
Or they're trying to.
With this weather, you can throw Ben Franklin's almanac out the window. I know. It's been so dramatic, the swings. One day it'll be 70. Then that night it'll be 28 or 30. So yeah, I don't know if I'm coming or going. Like I still have polypropylene's out. I still have my coveralls out. I got my shorts ready. I can't decide on what I need to wear, what I want to wear.
So it's like hot one day, cold the next, or what?
Well, in the morning time, it's like 30, 28, 32, 34.
Right.
And then in the afternoon, it's getting up to 70, 80. I mean, it's like I live in the desert here.
That's a pretty big temperature swing. I don't think we even have that big of a temperature swing.
The Ohio Valley of Love. So
Phoenix area definitely doesn't, because in the city, the concrete holds in all the heat throughout the night. So, like, if you go out of the city, you can get down to like 30, 40 degrees at night, and then it'll be 70 to 80 during the day. But in the city, it'll stay pretty much the same temperature even through night. It maybe drops down like 10 degrees. But that's just because of the semen.
So I need to send Stan a text message in the morning whenever we get ready to go live.
Stan says they can now put wombs in men, so we really don't need women.
I'm just thinking that the fleshlight got real. I mean, yeah. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say.
I see they're talking about in the article, and I didn't read it all, so forgive me here, but you're talking about how some women are born with defects, right? And I'm thinking, yeah, that I could get behind that, but I don't think that's where it's gonna go. I think that's gonna go towards people who want to be women, and men who want to be girls, and girls who want to be boys. And that's where that's gonna go.
You can just have a wall of wombs.
A wall of wombs.
You can have every different flavor.
Vagina.
You can have
designer vaginas, bro.
A different ethnicity wall.
Yep.
And then you can just have it at your house.
Yeah.
No more prostitution, because you can have a different chick every 10 minutes if you want. Because, you have a wall of whoopee, a wall of. I can't. I mean, where the fuck do these people make something that's worthwhile? Tell
maybe it is for what they're starting at, but it's gonna go the other direction, bro. It's definitely gonna go the other direction, because right now they're trying to grow all sorts of different things, organs and body parts and all that. But yeah, that's the part that I don't think we need to really focus on that much.
I just want to clone my my 22-year-old body, and that way, whenever I get too old, I can just take my brain and put it in my 22-year-old body, and
Yeah,
then
wasn't
I
there
would be
supposed to be
unstoppable.
a head transplant that never
Yeah, there
took
was. I
place?
think they successfully completed one, but
Really?
could you imagine, you know, if you could take your brain and put it in a 22-year-old version of your body?
If that's possible, boy, I don't want that to happen. First of all, that'd be great for me. Fuck y'all, rest of you, everybody, you know, because the last thing I need is Diane Feinstein coming back on a 20-year-old's body.
Oh,
Because who's gonna do that first? Who if that shit's successful? Who's getting that?
choose
Not
me.
you. No,
Choose
not
me.
you.
Choose
You
me.
can't get it because they're not gonna want you to get it because you're not special. You're not in the club. Only the ultra rich can have that.
When science plays God, many things are possible. Many want to be able to genetically modify themselves to grow wings, etc. FFS.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Gotcha. I mean, I'm cool with that, I guess. Not really. I mean, yes and no. I would love to see in the dark without night vision. I know there's some things that they can do to modify that. Um, but as far as, I mean, it's going to look like Star Wars. It's going to come to reality. People are going to have vaginas in their hands instead of hands. I mean, it's just going to be yeah.
People are gonna have vagina hand.
Well, that way you can service 3 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people out there that are just sick and twisted like that. And Satan Sapper says blasphemy. Yeah, right.
I mean, that's one way to jack it off, I guess. I mean,
No, but
please.
I'm just saying, like, hey, you could be a full service businessman if you got all, I don't know. That's just weird. That's what many of them want, to live forever. Well, I don't want to live forever. I just want my 22-year-old body back.
Well, I mean,
with my brain.
That's the reason you die, right? The reason you die is because your body breaks down. It's usually something in your body way before it is your brain. I mean, I think Alzheimer's is one of the ones that kills you through your brain first, right? But most of the stuff is organ failure before ever you get to the brain failure part.
I definitely don't want to live forever. Because that
Me
would be
neither.
horrible.
I would prefer. I would prefer to live a little bit longer than what I'm thinking I might. But
like I said, I told you, man, you could walk outside today and get hit in the head with a meteor just as much as That's God's plan. That has nothing to do with.
Yeah. Well, it's also about how you feel, right? Like if I'm feeling like a normal person, but I'm gonna die in 5 years, but I feel fine, and every day's just another day. Okay. But if that 5 years gets progressively worse and worse and worse and worse until it gets to the point where I'm ready to go, then that's a whole different story. You know what I mean?
I know they have. I knew that I'd read articles on that, Stan, but I was not aware they could give you implants. I knew that they could inject something into your body and you could see for up to 24 hours in the dark, but I didn't know they had implants for it. I'd say 25 for me, just out of the Q course and run 20 miles nonstop. I run right around 4-minute mile, back when I was that young. So, and I chose that date because that's before I got messed up. So, before I had any injuries. So that's why I chose that. But a 25-year-old me would be just fine too. I'd be fine with that. That'd be great. I'm interested in the implants now. Stan has. I'll be walking around in the dark. I would love to. He says they have implants now to. They can implant into your eyes, I guess, and make you see in the dark.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I mean, you don't need any CR123 batteries. No helmet, nothing. I mean, shit. If you can see in the dark, you rule the night for sure.
Isn't it just about how much you can dilate your eyes?
He says they're an implant. Do you have any articles on that, Stan, that you can post up? I can go back and read later. Enhance your eyesight, enhance many functions of the human body, bionic implants in the foreseeable future. DARPA has already been working on exoskeletons. Yeah, I want adamantium. I want adamantium to coat, my bones so I can, adamantium and the healing abilities of Wolverine, and see in the dark. I mean, and then it doesn't matter. Like I'm cool. I'm cool. Now we'll start a war on comics because there's other people that are stronger than Wolverine, but I want to be the Wolverine / Viking.
Oh, the whole my superhero is stronger than your superhero, man. It's just an argument for nerds whose dads are not that strong. Back in the day, it was my dad could beat up your dad. No, my superhero can beat up your superhero.
Yeah, Stan says, Hitler wasn't the first or the last person to work on the proverbial super soldier. I
was watching some, what's his name? Bill Burr recently. Bill Burr doing his comedy. He's a comedian, if you don't know who Bill Burr is. And he's doing a thing on the master race and Hitler, and it was hilarious, bro.
If Hitler would have not have been he was a genius if he would have used it in a positive way. Could you imagine how many advancements we would have had? I mean, I know we got a lot of advancements out of the war.
It's still bad, bro, because how do you get those advancements? You have to do some unethical shit.
That's what I'm saying. If he was a morally ethic, a good person,
but you
and he had to put
advancements morally.
Yeah, he can. Besides the fact that he would test on humans. I mean, we test on animals, which PETA will hate me for, but I eat meat. If he would have used it in he was a genius when it comes to stuff like that. So if he would have done it in an ethical way, I mean, just imagine the advancements. Fuck, we could have been on Saturn. We could have been in another galaxy by now. If it would not have been for him using
I don't know if he was a genius or if he just surrounded himself with people that if they weren't geniuses, he would off. Like, this is what I want. Kind of like Steve Jobs, right? Steve Jobs didn't make no fucking iPhone. He got people to do it for him. He had the idea, and you go do this or I ain't going to pay you, or, and here's a whole bunch of money to do it versus Hitler. I have an idea, do it or I'm going to kill you. Money or death.
That's what I'm saying. Great, like if motivators. You got to have a R&D team because you need specialists in lots of things. That's like me. I have to sublet some stuff out. I don't have a water jet or a laser jet or anything like that, so I have to sublet stuff out. But it's still my ideas, Yeah. So, I mean, I see that. But yeah, I don't hold anybody at gunpoint. If anything, I get held at gunpoint because I don't have a water jet, and they just tell me how much they want to charge me. But like I said, if it would have been used for good, I think we'd have made a lot more advancements in science and stuff.
Stan says Unit 8800 did just as many immoral experiments every military has. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
It's just not as talked about.
America did anything wrong because we won. But, oh, man, if you don't think America did anything wrong during World War II, just check out what happened to the Japanese Americans and that were living here. I mean, we obviously did our share of shit. I don't know. I don't believe no government no more. And our U.S. government is just as dirty and nasty as anybody else. Needs to be taken out, in my opinion, but that's just me.
Stan, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were also making the vaccines to cure the stuff that they were trying to create, so that they could spread it to other people and then hold them, you know, use it against them, but protect their own people. Now, I don't agree. Let me throw that out there. You don't play God. But at least they were trying to. I think they were killing Chinese, is what he's referring to. They were using Chinese, capturing Chinese, and doing the tests on the Chinese so that they could figure out how to give the virus or whatever they were trying to do to Chinese and have the cure for their own people. I may be wrong. That may be a different one, but there's so much weird shit that goes on, and I'm thinking to myself, why would you play around with stuff like that? Like when I was a kid, my uncle wouldn't let me make bottle rockets out of gasoline. So yeah, why would you let governments do the same thing? All right.
Because governments think they have all the control, and as long as they keep it a secret, nobody's going to stop them because they're the ones in power. And we have allowed that. And unfortunately, because we allowed it, they get more and more power. They take more. They never take less. And it's just perpetual. So until somebody stands up against it, and even then, what's going to happen? The people that replace the government that you take out of power, they might have less power than the government that you took out, but they're going to start accumulating power and more control and more control, and eventually, it's a cycle, man. You can't ever get away from it completely.
Saints and Sappers, he says, I'm part titanium. It was too painful. I'm pretty sure that the adamantium was probably painful too there, Saints.
The one movie that I saw sure as hell looked like it was.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that you're part titanium. I'm sure that's a great story, and I would love to hear it if you want to share it one day. Unless it's a hip or a knee replacement, and I've seen how they put those in. I have the same tools that I use for body repair on automotive vehicles, and it's the same kind of hammer that they use. It's just a cleaned up version. It's just to put knee replacements in. So if you want to watch a video that'll fucking turn your insides out, yeah, watch that. Watch a knee replacement and how they put the knee replacement in. Oh, my dad has he got one replaced, and so I went to check out how they do it, and I was like, "Don't watch the video, Dad." He's like, "It hurt like hell when I woke up," but he had to have it because his cartilage was gone, from being a farmer, ever since he was a kid. His knees were just shot, and he's a taller guy, so he had a lot of jumping in and out of tractors with flat boots on all of his life. So he's got to have the other one replaced, but the surgery was rescheduled or they canceled it because of the cerveza bug. So yeah. Go look at it. You'll never want to have one.
No, I'm okay. I don't think I'll ever have to get that done, so I'm okay.
So, showdown. Healthcare workers heckled by anti-lockdown protesters. Why would you mess with medical professionals? They're just doing their job, so leave them alone. Trump, head of government, leans into anti-government message. Ooh, that's a cool. Let's check out that.
Well, yeah, see, Trump is wanting to get reelected, and he sees his supporters out there, and this is why everybody's, it's Trump's doing. Well, first of all, no, technically, Trump was the one that started this bullshit. But now Trump is jumping on his own damn train because he sees his people out there contesting this. And so now he's all about, we need to reopen this country. Like, he's totally been cool with this the whole fucking time. Like, what's up with these crazy Democrats trying to shut down this country? Bitch.
Well, he has to listen. He has his advisors, just like it's an R&D team. So he listened to them. Now he's rethinking. What are you doing? No, the little girl is getting spitballed.
Man,
No shit.
little flying darts.
Oh, you made some out of shoestring ends and needles.
No, the best. Well, I did this as a kid, right? So I didn't know about the shoestring bits. But for me, it's a straw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you get the end of a Q-tip. So you just take one side of it, break it off. This is, of course, you got to get the actual Q-tip brand
Mm.
because the other ones don't work very well. See, and then that one end's broken off. You fluff up or go against the grain on this side, right? And then you put, I would duct tape a little bit of a you call it a paper clip, and then then you just put it in there and it'll stick in walls. It'll stick in animals. Probably shouldn't do it.
Improvised weaponry by Poison
I've been
Stinger.
doing that since I was a kid, though.
So Poison Stinger is killing the environment and animals with his plastic straw, and I have the stainless steel kind that you can
A
use
little bit of a blowgun, you know.
to ventilate people if need be.
Yeah.
But yeah, go with
I
stainless
don't know if it'd kill
steel.
anybody, but it sure would suck.
A stainless steel straw.
Well, that, yeah. I mean, if you did the whole thing, I'm talking about shooting a little dart.
Oh yeah. So Cold Steel will probably sponsor you now, because you've made an improvised weapon, and they will turn it into something cool. Cold Steel has lots of cool blow dart guns. I've never owned one. However, they look really cool.
Right.
Apparently, 55 people have passed away in a Brooklyn nursing home. The NYPD has bust large crowd at a barbershop turned nightclub. So they're turning everything into a speakeasy again. Bars and restaurants peel cash from the wall to help idled workers. That's interesting. We just paint cash on the
You're gonna
walls.
love this thing that Stan shared about Flint's water supply. That an individual reporter who dropped an article device showed where the governor of Michigan knew before switching the water supply that it would contaminate the Flint drinking water. Flint's drinking water has always been contaminated, hasn't it? I mean, that's all I ever hear about Flint is that their
Lead
water
pipes.
supply.
Yeah, they went. I think they had lead pipes there, and that's what was the cause of the problem. Or they had lead solder joints.
A lot of places have lead pipes, so lead pipe.
No, no. Everybody. They used to have cast iron pipes, but I don't. I've never heard of lead piping anywhere in drinking water. That's been known for millennia to have. Yeah, you don't have lead pipes. Now they used to use lead solder until they figured out you have to have silver solder, because lead will transfer. But we've never had lead pipes. They've always been iron, or now they're going to that blue PVC type pipe. But I've never seen lead pipes other than like sewer pipes. They've had lead, which I guess is still bad because it runs off. No one wanted to pick up the article because it showed collusion between sides R and D, so Republican and Democrat, in a scheme to privatize the Detroit water supply system. Saw that last week. I wonder how long before speakeasies will be popular again. I'd say relatively soon.
There's a guy on Tucker Carlson that's saying that the reason why they opened up liquor stores over churches was because the liquor stores were having open areas like speakeasies when they weren't supposed to. So therefore they decided to allow you to get liquor through a drive-through, so that hopefully that would curtail, the whole speakeasy part of it. And that was his reasoning for keeping liquor places open and not churches. What? Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And then how are they breaking into these joints? You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a barbershop, I mean these people are probably closing the windows up, or papering them up. I mean, it's probably got to be the snitches, that are ruining it for people. I mean, hey, if you want to take your life in your own hands like that, hey, go for it. That's what you're allowed to do. But I mean, all this snitching. I know this stems back to what the hell was that called? See something, say something.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
What I miss?
No,
I'm outside. Sorry.
The wife is fucking with me. No,
Did she shoot
no,
you?
you were right. See something, say something. That was the whole 9/11 thing that we got after that. Supposedly, if you see a terrorist activity, to say something about it. And, we don't give snitches stitches anymore. Now we give snitches rewards. Like, bitch, they gave you that. Why do you think they snitch in prison? For the fun of it? Like, it's just a fucking hobby they do? Like, I'm gonna take my life in my hands because I feel like, being an honest person in prison? Fuck that shit. You're giving them rewards to snitch. And they're taking their life in their hands, depending on what the reward is, to see if it's worth it or not. It's the same thing in the real life, man. And
Sorry, had to go get the animals. Yeah, I know. Like, come on, people. What? Like, there's no repercussions for it, so they do it. Das haben wir gleich hier, Mish. Yeah. Why snitch? Were you not invited? What's going on? The fact that we think we should tell on somebody else.
People don't know how to mind their own fucking business. I mean, you
Everybody's
saw that
stuck
with some people on YouTube, bitching about them going out when they're not supposed to or whatever. People not minding. They're so damn scared, and that's by design, right? You get the public scared enough about an invisible enemy that they will then rat out their neighbors because they're so damn scared of dying themselves or the spread of this invisible enemy that you get people ratting on other people. That's the whole red flag law too, right? Get people scared of the gun, not the person.
Right.
Get the people scared of the virus that you can't see and you can't prove. Make it seem worse than it really is by attributing every death as a COVID death, which is very easy to do and nobody's going to check, so go ahead.
Right, there's no way to verify whether it was or was not. So that's a big thing too. When they're cooking the books.
Stan is wondering if Google is giving alerts to law enforcement yet about groups of 10 or more. Maybe if they see a gathering of 50 cell phones and a resident and send in the corona signal. Yeah, I've been leaving my phone at home.
Yeah, the new spy grid. Well, if they're able to intercept where your phone location is, you might as well go ahead and believe that, without a doubt, that they have access to your text messaging.
Well, I mean, we knew that they could anyway because they can prove
fusion center bullshit. Yeah.
I mean, if you're in court for murder or whatever, and they want to prove where your location was, they'll take your phone and they'll know exactly where you were at that time, pinging off of the towers. So you tell me that they're not doing that already. Now they're just openly admitting that they're handing that shit over to the U.S. government in real time without a warrant. So, yeah, now my phone stays at home, and it's might as well be a landline, you know?
So I watched an interesting video, or listened to. I'll post up the link for everyone to check out. It's an interesting video, to say the least. The guy is supposedly a PhD, and he states some really interesting facts. So that right there is said video. I'll post it up in just a second. As we've said before, we live in the ghetto. People here don't give a fuck. Saw a large group of people hanging out in the Dollar General parking lot, just like always. Yeah, for a couple weeks, you didn't see anything. And then here it started to get back to normal, I guess. Normal-ish. A lot of the churches are meeting out in open air spaces, and that's pissing people off. People call on them. I don't care if that's what you want to do it. I'm not going to put my family at risk to catch anything. So I'm not going to partake in that. But I'm also the group that says, hey, do you, don't, you're not bothering me, so do you. Some people are doing it for attention. Some people are doing it because they just don't give a shit, and that's what they want to do, and that's fine. It doesn't affect me. I'm not going to go participate in stuff like that, but I wouldn't during a normal, non-emergency time either. So, I don't see cops busting up groups in the neighborhood at all. Well, no, if they already know. In a time where they have a giant police presence, they still can't control people. They can 10 on 1 is a different thing, but when there's a big group of people and there's not 10 cops to show up with them, they're not going to show up. So Snowden revealed that. Prism. You talk about the video or the part where they can track everything and listen to everything you do. That's probably what he's talking about, right, Stan? Cops around here have been.
Snowden thing.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, in Prism, I think they could track everything and listen. But that's what the fusion centers are for, to collect all your data. The problem is they have to go back and go through all your data to get the stuff. That's why they have those big-ass fusion centers. What do we got going on here? Is that my notification that I have to plant? I have 1 week to plant. Yeah. But they've been doing it since the 80s. Oh, to track you.
Is, I noticed this when I went out grocery shopping. When I went to Sam's Club and some of the other grocery stores in the better neighborhoods, they were making people line up outside and only allowing in so many people at a time, yada yada. But the grocery store here in the hood where we live, they have the carts all set up like there's a queue there. Ain't nobody following it. Everybody's just going in and doing their thing. The only fries in the area that lets everybody come in and isn't making them wait and do 6 feet apart crap.
Well, that's because they want the people in the ghetto to die. No, I don't. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm not. I mean, that's probably the real agenda. The upper class people. They want them to be around because they put more money into taxes, and the lower income based people, they don't give a shit about. So that's probably what it is. I mean, to be honest, to be painfully honest, that's probably what it is. I mean, reality. Yeah, and plus they already know that people, that have lower income give less about your bullshit laws than uppity uppities do. You know, the yuppies. The yuppies care, and they'll abide until they're pushed too far. Is where the I don't even want to call it lower class, but you know, the people that have real street smarts and knowledge of what's going on, you know, have less tolerance for your fucking ignorance. Prism is an NSA program where they track all your data. Yeah. Yeah, I sorry there, Stan. I had a brain fart there. It sounds like sirens in the background at your house.
Yes, always. Always something going on.
That's why I love these. If I had these in an amplified version for hunting, it'd be great.
No, I had my headphones on watching a video on YouTube, and I was amazed I could hear a plane going overhead. And it was a far away plane. Like, I knew if I wasn't on those headphones, I would not have heard that plane going over his house. But I was just sitting there amazed, not even paying attention to what the guy was saying anymore, because I was just focused on that little plane, a little prop plane, right? Little itty bitty thing, probably a Cessna or something. I couldn't, I'm not that into planes where I could pick it out by the engine sound, but it was definitely a single engine plane, and it was just amazing to me. I was just sitting there, wow, that's so faint, but distinct at the same time. I do like my headphones.
Yes, they're very, very useful, especially if you video game and you can hear somebody creeping up behind you.
I like to play games, but I don't have nobody to play with usually, so I don't do that. I play single players when I have the time to do any of that.
So the video
Redemption is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I have never played that one. I did the original, I think, but not the new one. So the video or the link I just posted up states that there's dead bodies littering the beaches of Ecuador as they see explosion and fatality of the cerveza bug. There's a video. It could be just a hoax, but there's the information for you to discern. Beijing is going on the warpath against whistleblowers and science. So imagine that. They're going to go ahead and attack the Chinese people because people were snitching. Shit, excuse me, sorry. I mean, sorry, snitching on the government. I don't consider that snitching because they're not transparent. Snitching on your neighbor because they have a group of 10 people, that's a bitch move. Okay? So there's my double-bladed sword
something
there.
Something that's not hurting anybody versus something that's going to hurt many.
Right. Here's another link to the, maybe. That's the link to them trying to rewrite the Corona cerveza bug narrative. Beijing goes on the warpath against their whistleblowers and science. And that's the link that's posting now. I'm not going to read it. It's there for your enjoyment. They're saying the cerveza bug harms the brain and nerves of 1 in 3 patients. So it's the bioweapon that we've talked about. Because, normal viruses concocted in a lab usually don't have such effect.
Right.
I mean, I guess if you have a fever, then I guess that could be a problem. But if you just don't have anything over 103, it's not really going to cause brain damage. However, we all know that we're all zinc deficient now, thanks to articles I've read to you guys over the past 30-some days.
Yeah, and those zinc
hear the
pills,
birds chirping.
Man, talk about a horse tranquilizer pill. Holy crap. I've never seen such large things in my life.
They help us sleep. Have you have you been taking them
I've only
yet
taken
in the
windows
evening?
so far. I've only taken windows so far.
Did you sleep any better?
Not that I noticed. We'll find out.
If they say they help you sleep better as well. I don't, it's not melatonin, but
Right.
it does help with a lot of things. $2,000 per month. What is Coronavirus Emergency Money Act? Who would get payments? All right, Real Girl, explain.
Basically, what the proposal is, and it hasn't been enacted yet, but what they want to do is give everybody over the age of 16 $2,000 a month until employment returns to the pre-COVID-19 levels, and it would basically go to anybody who makes $130,000 a year or less.
Wait a minute. So if you don't have a job, they're going to give you free money?
Yeah.
So what's the motivation to get a job?
There's not.
Exactly.
This is the
What could
precursors to
possibly go
socialism.
wrong?
Precursor to socialism right there. Yeah, don't work, we'll give you money.
Here's a bomb dropping.
Now hear a plane. Yeah, hear a plane landing.
I haven't heard that in a while. So I guess things must be picking up. Air traffic's coming back.
I've seen an influx of planes at night again.
Yeah.
I don't know who or what they are. The military ones don't fly as high as commercial, so I do have some videos of the military planes flying over, but so that means you're within 100 miles of an airport. Poison Stinger, we're narrowing down your location without the NSA's help.
Okay. I told you I live in Phoenix.
I know where you live. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I know you know where I live. I know where you live too, sir.
I was referring to Tactical Tony. He was like, if 20 people get on the chat, I'll tell you my state, and then you can guess from there. And then he does this video of where he took his wife to the airport, and he's like, yeah, it took me 2 hours to get here. And I was like, Tony. It's easy to discern once you tell them where your state is and how far you are away from.
He just showed the big radius.
Yeah. And he was specific too. He was like, yeah, it was 2 hours north of where we are. I was like, Tony.
Oh,
come on,
direction
man.
too?
Yeah.
They just got to line up the city, the major highways.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't recall if he said what major roadway he took, but
it don't matter, man. You can narrow it down to only a few. It doesn't take much for more than that.
Yeah, and
that's just us.
Yeah, he was also talking about that road was closed at on 45 minutes into it. So, I mean, you could go check traffic reports. I'm like, Tony, I'm texting him on my phone. I'm like, Tony, shut up. Shut up. I mean, and realistically, if you had that much time, which I'm sure there's people that do, but you could get a generalized location and sit on the target until you found him. Even though he was talking about there was, unmarked vehicles that he was skeptical about. Death undercount is scarier than we think. Facebook launches symptom tracking app. Give me a fucking break. People put way too much information on there for free anyways. Like, they give all kinds of it.
Well, the CDC has a fucking chat where you can check your symptoms with their robot and ask you a bunch of questions. Where are you located? Do you have this symptom or that symptom, kind of thing. So they're gonna get it. Whatever they want to know, they're gonna get it.
I guess they're still having problems with the testing. There's shortages, backlogs, and disarray. So from firsthand experience, because the mother-in-law was sick, and she was in a hospital for several days. In Indiana, at least, the testing took 5 days, I think, to come back from Indiana Department of Health. So she tested negative. However, I don't know if it's Indiana, if all the other states, but Indiana was fairly proficient with it from, the tests that they had. Now, they did say that they had limited tests. However, the hospital was completely empty, the wing that my mother-in-law was in. So there was one other person that came in that stayed overnight in another room. She did say that they cleaned that room for 2 hours after the gentleman left. But other than that, the hospital was empty, minus the healthcare workers. So it's the rural community I live in. But it's, the testing went fast. She said they almost touched her brain with the swab because you have to go further back to test for cerveza bug versus the regular, seasonal flu. So I don't know. We need more people in different states to come out and speak about it before we know the real truth, because obviously there's not a lot of firsthand knowledge going around, and people aren't talking about it unless they're hyping it up, trying to sell you some kind of bullshit from their website. You're not getting a lot of information. So, Cal, the rich have already activated their bug out plans. I read articles on this, and
yeah, you sent me something on that, didn't you?
Yeah. The one guy, he went as far as to, well, he didn't know how to operate his bunker. He didn't know how to operate the electricity, if he needed water filters, but he has a multi-million-dollar bunker in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see if I can get it to come up. How fucked up is that?
Yeah. Silicon Valley, dude. Wife was thinking it was
Bill Gates, because he got all the money. Was who?
Bill Gates.
Yeah. My work is directly under the flight path. Pretty sure the odds of plane landing. Oh shit! Well, it's a good thing you're working from home, there, little girl. You don't want to be on.
Sure
we needed to go, rich American. Yeah. That happened out in California, many moons ago, where they had a. Yeah, that's the article I sent you from Bloomberg. As the cerveza bug infections tore across the U.S. early in March, a Silicon Valley executive called the survival shelter manufacturer Rising S Company. He wanted to know the secret, how to open the secret door to his multi-million-dollar bunker 11 feet underground in New Zealand. The tech chief had never used the bunker and couldn't remember how to unlock it. So, genius is not very fucking genius, because he had to call the company back. Just saying. You think you'd have that wrote down on a piece of paper in a notepad or something. Anyways, he couldn't remember how to unlock it, said Gary Lynch, general manager of the Texas-based Rising S Company. He wanted to verify the combination of the door and was asking questions about power and hot water. Power and the hot. Go ahead.
And the thing with that is, right, you're like, well, he couldn't have wrote that down. Well, no, because this guy making millions and millions of dollars, right? Billions of dollars. Because this thing, they said it's a couple $1 million thing, right?
Yeah.
$8 million thing. So, yeah, Bill Gates maybe. I don't know. But he has a lot of money, right? So he's buying all this shit, a whole bunch of shit. And on a whim, because he's like, you know what? I'm rich enough. I can afford it. Why not? Let me go ahead and get a bunker just in case. He didn't do any research. He didn't look into why he needs one. He just thought, you know what? Yeah, it might be a good idea. Have somebody do that for me. He probably had somebody else find a good company. He probably didn't have any dealings with that company himself that much at all. If at all, just the one time to talk him how to get through the security system, which he was probably off somewhere else because he's not taking it seriously anyway. He's more worried about how he's making money. And now that all the shit's going down, he remembers, oh yeah, by the way, I had this fucking bunker. Maybe I should have listened. And now he's got to call him back. So just that's why I think
commenting on my.
know. Yeah, he's too rich.
But if you had a multi-million-dollar bunker, why in the fuck would you not go check it out? I mean,
he just had it to have it. Yeah. I don't even
if I had,
I didn't give a fuck.
If I had that kind of money and I put it somewhere, I'd want to go check out my new toy. I mean, at least enjoy a weekend there or something. You know,
camping at the bunker.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
No, we would. We would totally.
Yeah, but that's us.
Well, us common people have that you know. I got something cool. I want to go check it out.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, apparently, if you got that kind of money, you can, you know, wipe your ass with 20s and you know, not care.
At that point, it doesn't matter, right? It's a thing that you don't even think about. For me, in order to get something, you know, it's a couple $1,000s. It takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. There's a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of joy in that, right? The whole working for something is half the fun of it, to be honest. Yeah. If all of a sudden I won the lottery and I can just have everything I want instantaneously, yes, there is fun in that for a while, but the whole struggle to get it and the whole anticipating it and planning on it, there's a lot of fun in that as well. And you miss out on that once you just instantly have stuff. Instead of building a rifle and having to do it a little bit at a time, I can instantly have exactly what I want. You know, not nearly as much fun. Just my opinion.
Unless I will enjoy the shit out of it if you send me a Mark 19 grenade launcher and a couple pallets of, you know, 203s. I would definitely. So if anybody out there has one and you would like to donate it to me, send it snail mail. And I'll pick it up and do all kinds of videos day and night with it. So thank you very much.
I know there's joy in
Stan says the Spurgs.
Joy in that.
Yeah, I agree. Something hard to earn. You know, but like shit, you would think like I don't take every tent out that I buy and test it out, but you know, a multi-million-dollar bunker, I would at least want to know how to get in the son of a bitch, because what happens if that company that you bought it from gets nuked,
right?
Or in the nuclear fallout zone of a nuclear missile or something, you know, and you can't call them. Then you're sitting outside your multi-million-dollar bunker with your thumb up your ass, wishing you could get inside, and then you're just shit out of luck. So yeah. And then God forbid you have to cut the door open, because they're obviously not going to know how to do that. You're going to have to hire somebody to do that. If they're still accepting money.
More people that know about your bunker now.
Yep. Yeah. And all that food that you have stored in there, the guy that's, you know, starving to death, the poor guy that come up there to cut your bunker open with the oxyacetylene torch or whatever, he's going to want some of that food, or he's going to remember at least that you have all that shit inside there while you're bragging about it, while he's cutting the door off of it for you. So Stan's commenting on the fact that the guys on Reddit, or gals, or both, or whatever the fuck they call them, narrowed down where Shia LaBeouf flag was by triangulate. Shia LaBeouf, whatever. That guy, I think it's a guy, yeah. Triangulating from pictures on the video with known geographical data sets and stole his flag. Yeah, see, there's people out there, you know, just as people who get firearms and throw them in a closet and don't train. Yeah, I got 10,000 rounds, but I've never shot them out of the rifle, or even zeroed it. That's a funny one. You know, it was probably just an asset to him, another asset, right? Morning, Bobby. How we doing today? I'm lagging way behind. I know. Yeah, me too. You know, hey, we're all about being slow here. What about a 230 for your AR? They sell those still. Oh yeah. They sell the 203 grenade launcher. Yeah, you can still buy that. but it's 37 millimeter. It's not 40 millimeter like the actual grenade, Bob. However, we did discuss they have the new M320 that shoots the new drone, the new 40 millimeter drone. That's pretty awesome. Howdy, says Stan. I got you, Bobby. I knew what you were saying. How's everything out on the solar homestead? Trying to cover up the camera there. Is this a red?
No, I'm trying not to, actually.
I brought him some lemonade.
Lemonade?
Yeah.
Was it fresh squeezed? Were you barefoot and pregnant while you made it?
No, I mean, it was fresh squeezed out of a
container.
Out of Crystal Light bag, yeah.
I'm just messing with her. She knows. She knows I'm just messing with her. You know, you got to be barefoot and pregnant with a kid on your hip, freshly squeezing some lemons for the poison stinger.
She's got something on her hip, but it ain't a kid, bro. It's packing a 9 right now.
So it's not as big as a baby.
She's been carrying. I got her a Blackhawk Serpa holster for her Springfield XDM, and she's been carrying that on her hip ever since. I've been pretty proud about that. Although every time I go up to get a little loving, you know, it hits me. So I get stabbed or bumped and taking some getting used to. But I like it. It's a little kinky.
Yeah.
Oh baby,
so Poison Stinger saying she's armed and it makes her sexier to be armed. There you go. That's so guys and gals, make sure your significant other is armed up.
Butt to eat her ass because then all of a sudden knocked in the face.
The holsters, the holster, you can't get. There's no quick access now because she's wearing a belt with her holster, and if she doesn't like it, she can pistol whip you.
Dude, I've pistol whipped myself on that thing a couple times.
Does your wife carry?
Yes, but she doesn't. She won't hip carry it. She has. I made her holsters that mount inside her purse. It sits in the same place, and she changes purses frequently. She's a purse whore. She's not out here, so I'll say that. But I made. I'll take her purse whenever she gets it, and go in and modify it and put a Kydex holster in it with Chicago screws, and I'll put drift eyelets in it so that it mounts on the same side every time, so she can reach in and pull it out. But yeah, she does carry. So the purse, however, is a lethal weapon with all the chains she keeps in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
All she's got to do is,
It's like a little battering ram. My woman's knocked down small children with it.
Oh my gosh. I was literally bending down to get something off of a bottom shelf, and there's this little boy running around, and the purse swung and hit him and knocked him down.
That's like a 5-pound purse, man. It's like getting hit with a small battling ram.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
need to learn a new approach.
Too, but as long as I'm not going to work, then I'm going to keep it on my hip. If I have to go into the office again, I'll put it back in my purse.
Yeah, it's a really simple process. If you have a Kydex holster for it, you can put the same kind of rivets in the purse that you do. You just turn the purse inside out, or the material on the inside, because most purses you can pull the material out. Put your holes in there, make a pattern. If your wife or significant other carries this kind of same firearm all the time, and you can just make a pattern, go poke the holes out, put your rivets. Are they rivets? No, they're not rivets. Maybe they're rivets. I don't know. That's not the correct terminology. The eyelets. Yeah. Put the eyelets in there, and then you can take Chicago screws and just screw it right in to the inside of the purse, and it'll always be there. She probably has 10 of them. I made probably 10 or 12 of them, and all of her old purses still have the holsters in them. So if she decides to go back to use that purse, which she probably will never do, there's a holster in all the other purses. So, but it's for the same firearm. I don't use a belt. I have a Ultra clip, says Bobby.
Yeah.
Is that the one that clips on the outside of it and just it's like a knife pocket clip?
Yeah, I know. Dr. Bob uses one of these Nate 2 tactical holsters, and he doesn't use a belt either. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I guess if your pants are tight enough, I usually have looser pants, because I like to have a little bit of room when I sit. So I have to wear a belt, which I've always worn one. But like if I didn't have a belt and I wore a gun, I want to have pants on, bro. It's bad enough without a gun on, which I haven't, done in so many years now. It'd be really strange, but I don't even think I could wear my pants without a belt at all. Even without a gun.
I have suspenders from NBC suits that clip to the back, and then the shoulder holster like it goes around your shoulders, but it doesn't. It just holds up the back of your pants. And if I wear pants, that's usually how I do it, so I can have concealed carry. I also don't use the clips like they do on a lot of holsters. I use 550 cord, which I loop through the belt, which allows for it to go really deep in your pants, and it still hangs out enough to where I can grab it the way I have the holster set up. But I like it that way. And if not, if I'm wearing shorts or something, I wear my shoulder harness and just wear a overcoat or a hoodie or something.
Stan likes the fanny pack holsters, which I get. I do get that. That's a great way because nobody's thinking you're carrying something in there. They might make fun of you for wearing a fanny pack, but not even that much anymore for that. But yeah, they never suspect you're carrying a glove.
Yeah, I'm not a fanny pack fan. If they come back in style, I won't be wearing one.
I might. I don't know. I've always been too big to wear them. Bobby says
I was
kind
showing
of.
Poison
It made the fix.
Hmm? I have a chest rig that I'm working on. It's a I guess it's tactically colored, but it's not a tactical chest rig. It's more something I can have on me when I'm on the tractor to have keep my phone and stuff in, so that I don't have all that stuff falling out of my pockets, or it's easy access. So, but I can just grab it off my chest. But it's a pretty cool little setup. And it also has, I guess it's based off the some kind of African chest rig or something, some kind of special forces African chest rig. I have to read about it again. But it's a cool little rig. But I'm putting that together. It's not like the old BV or anything. A lot of people outside fucking around. Sorry, I had to go outside there. Let me see if I can dig this up here real quick. It made to fix your holster, then the clip holds it in place, says Bobby. Look up the Ultra clip. They're real nice. I have one the same 5 years. Yeah, I break pocket clips off knives, so I'll probably. Mm-hmm. What's the video about, Stan?
Nice.
Hmm?
This. If you don't know, I'll tell you. So you do know. I try to support local businesses per se, I guess. So Creek Stewart does the Apoca box, and so I subscribe to that box. But anyways, this is one of the chest rigs that came, and it has the fold-out shelf. And this is what I'm going to use this year for farming to keep all my pens, papers, journal, map, compass, and all that stuff in. My cell phone, but it rides up here like a chest rig. It does have pockets for the M16 AR4 or AR14 mags.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of space and a lot of cool little sewn stuff in it. It's not military quality. And I don't even think you can buy it other than on his website, but it's based off of, let's see, it's called a C-Rig made by NYCTO. But it's from it's discontinued in 2015. It's a South African Defense Force pattern 83 chest rig. So this month, this is not from the recent month, but this month is all about a bug out chest rig or a bug out vest on a pocket box. So, but anyways, I support him because he's an Indiana guy. Plus, who doesn't like getting cool shit every month or every 2 months? I'm sorry.
All right.
But yeah, mostly it's stuff I give to the kids. Um, but he's an Indiana guy. I've met with him a couple times. So yeah, I like to support local companies, especially survival stuff like that. Outdoorsy stuff. I like to do stuff outdoors. But anyways, that's who I support. But that's where I got the chest rig from. If you want one, they're $125. I didn't pay that. Got it in my pocket box, but something like that,
Right.
just for hiking, or farming or whatever. Just to have something on you. It's a utilitarian item. How about that? It looks tactical, but you can shove it full of all kinds of stuff and just take it on a hike with you or whatever. It'll fit a live straw, um, stuff like that. Instead of carrying a backpack, if you ever rode on a tractor, you'll know that you can't wear a backpack. So there you go. It's a cool little thing. But anyways, this month Pocket Box is about survival bug out vests. If you're in the military, we all have layered gear. So your LBV would be something you'd keep on you at all times because it has a sustainment pack, or it used to, that went on the back. So you could put MREs and shit like that in it. Then it has the magazine and the frag pockets. So when you didn't have frags, you could shove smaller stuff in it. But I like to keep all my mags full. But anyways, it's a cool concept. I didn't think about that. I'm used to taking a backpack and hooking on a carabiner on the tractor to keep water and food and stuff in, so I don't have to come in from the field. But a lot of times it'll get snagged on trees and stuff when I'm bush hogging, and I've ripped a few of them off and tore some backpacks up. So that right there, it's in your face. It's out of the way. Rotogrill, sis, show Stinger that. I showed him. Okay.
Yeah, she showed me all right. So they're basically referring to the Ulti-Clip. It's actually what it's called. Stan shared a video link. It's like a minute long, I think, and then Little Girl showed me the video or not video, I guess, picture, right, of Bobby's, and basically just a holster with a clip that goes on to your belt area, I guess. I guess you don't need a belt though, and you can adjust how deep it can go in there. So I mean, It looks pretty cool. It's definitely not for me. I'm more of I don't like it too deep in the pants because I don't want to be fiddling with it. I need to be able to get it out and use it if I need to. But that's cool. I've been rocking the same holster for the last 5 or 6 years now. I guess it's been at least 5 years because that's how old the video is. The Aegis Armory holster I actually got to review for free. They sent to me back when I was still doing a lot of videos on YouTube. And that's held up quite a while. I haven't been wearing it every day recent. Just because I got a new firearm. It required a new holster and kind of want to carry that one a little bit. So, but I don't know, man. I've looked into a lot of holsters over the years. The ones that were really weird, they look like There was some that looked like a championship wrestling belt. But they were like the super tuck, like you can tuck it real deep and like all the way down in his pants, right? I'm like laughing my ass off on it because it's this huge thing for this small gun, but it can be tucked pretty far down.
Yeah, and that's why I use I make my own Kydex holsters, and then I use, like I said, the paracord, and then you could just adjust it by how high and how low you want it by putting it through the eyelets. For some women, the bra is tactical.
My wife
don't
had
have
a
anything.
flashbang. She had the flashbang holster, if you know what that is. It's a clamshell.
Is that the one that goes
holster.
right here?
It's aiming at your left hip the whole damn time. Yeah. But
It's just
she liked it as much as you could. It rusts pretty good. If you're a big chested woman, that'll rust your gun out. You got to make sure you keep it well oiled, because that's a dark, dank place.
or Cerakote it. You could Cerakote it.
Yeah.
Liberty not licensed. Welcome, Riddle Girl. I think that's a tactical beard hider, but I'm not sure yet. Tactical bra is a tactical beard hider. You're right. Ye-O Motorboat. Brr. I posted up a link to the site. Bobby, I'm sure I could break it. Trust me. There's been a many things supposedly indestructible. If you crawl around on the farm working on tractors or anything, you'll find out real quick. I had a Magnum 357. If you guys remember him back in the day, he sent me an Ace Case holster I won on one of his contests. And that damn thing lasted for 4 years. But, yeah, I broke it. The clip, from wearing it inside the waistband so long, it eventually snapped. So, I mean, nothing's indestructible. But, hey, support American businesses, right?
Yeah.
And he's a Christian. Bobby said. So, there you go. It makes it even better, right?
It makes it that you think that he's going to be trustworthy. But
trust no one.
unfortunately, that's not as. I guess it gives you a better chance of being trustworthy, right? But it's not all in for me anymore, unfortunately.
That's what I liked about the Swede. He would always that was his tagline whenever he would sign off. He'd be like, "I am the Swede. I am a Christian American. I am a United States veteran." And then I forget the rest of it, but that guy is a really good dude. He'll help you out. He's still around too.
Yeah.
Tinfoil bra, block out cell radiation from giving them cancer. Yeah. I'm thinking of a Mylar suit would be great. Bobby says, I live on a farm and I have mine for more than 5 years and still not broke. Just saying it's made well. I believe you, Bobby. However, let me have it for about 2 weeks and it'll be screwed up. It may not be broken, but it'll be screwed up. I got off the tractor one day and my Spyderco knife got caught on something and the clip went from being flush with the knife to boop, looking like an L.
Yeah, I'm glad that I finally got mine back. I'd hate to break the clip on it. I mean, I guess I carry it now that I fixed it, thanks to you. I've been carrying it every day now. But for a while there, I wasn't carrying it because it was all messed up. But, yeah, I would hate to mess that up because that was something from Swedish Paracord. And I bought quite a few Spydercos, but I never bought one for myself.
So Liberty Not Licensed says, laugh out loud. You're awesome, brother. I was talking about the Shemagh. Yeah. I used it. I've been actually thinking about wearing it out in public as my face covering. So yeah. I thought about
no attention, looking like an Israeli terrorist.
Well, that's not who really wears it, but this is a Afghani one,
Americans
but
believe so.
this one's an Afghani one, so I think I'll be all right.
Okay.
You know, but hey, I can wear this over top of my N95 mask, and then I'll have dual protection, right?
Right.
Oh, I broke a Spyderco knife, says Bobby. The hydraulic line got stuck on my clip. Yep, that's exactly what when I was working on the bush hog. Yep. Liberty Not License says I break all the clips off my carry knives. I guess I'm more
Wow.
clumsy than I
I'm
thought.
in the minority.
Oh,
That's
sorry,
not
babe.
the issue with mine. No. I still have mine pretty good. I might someday.
So my paracord,
Since I need to get out and work more.
my paracord is starting to deteriorate from the many years of usage. My old Southern Indiana prepper bead that I made.
Yeah.
It used to be a skull with a gas mask on, because we used to cover stuff like this on my other channel. But yeah, this
No,
thing
it's
is
like a dog with a wheel.
yeah. It used to be a skull with a gas mask on. So, anyways, that's my tenacious, and it is beat slap up. People will be hating on me.
Oh yeah, it is beat up.
You know,
Mine's all
it's
nice. I got it. Well, it was rusted pretty good, but I cleaned it
it's if you can see the where I've sharpened it so many times that it's it's getting smaller, the blade.
up. Nice.
Yeah, so I use it. This is the only one I haven't lost. Knock on wood. I mean, I've lost it periodically, but it was just because it was in another pair of pants, not actually lost it. 8CR, yeah, 8CR 13 MOV, made in China.
Yeah, what does that even mean? All those numbers.
Oh, it's just the different metals that it's made out of. We could go into that, but that would bore you to death. Metallurgy, I'm sure you
Like
know.
over my head easy. Yeah.
Bobby still has his Spyderco that he got from Poison Stinger.
Nice. Yeah, that was one of them I bought.
Yeah,
I bought quite a few. I just never bought one for myself. So each paracord nut's the one that finally gave me the one that I currently have. Other than that,
Liberty.
the only other knife that I don't carry it anymore, but it was my dad's. This Gerber bolt action. Pretty cool knife. My dad carried this for a while, so that's special.
Yeah, I would not take that out of the house.
It's not. I did carry it for a while, but it made me too nervous.
Yeah. Liberty That License says they're not Israeli brothers. Just saying, maybe Saudi Arabia. No, this is an Afghani one. I like Gavco and Browse, but they're expensive and not big enough for my hands. PMA S100, S110. Way too small. Military is close. Yeah, Michael and Jason were just starting out on YouTube back in the day whenever we all were knife buddies, him and Marshall and all those guys. Who else? Sheesh, there was a whole bunch of them. Let's see, Cineric77, Minivade, Nick. We all used to hang out and do live chats. No, dropping magazines on the floor.
Nothing important. No, it was just a cell phone.
Oh, I bet the hell out of the military. Yeah, paramilitary. Those are great too. I've had it for more than 3 years. It's my EDC. You gotta, Bobby. Why are you getting paramilitaries, bro? Dump that CCP junk, bro. Anything of Dad's is special. Yeah, I carried it for a while, and I left it in my pocket one day, and my wife washed it. It's my grandfather's pocket coin. I mean, he carried a lot of coins, but 1891 silver dollar. But I don't carry it anymore. I keep it
I never
on
heard
my
of somebody
shelf.
just carrying a coin other than like a challenge coin. I've heard people carrying.
Oh, my grandfather, like, he would always carry change, and that was his
Yeah.
lucky coin. So,
Huh.
however, I'm not lucky at all. So if I carry it,
Right.
I'll probably lose it. I always thought an Afghan was a blanket until I became adult. It is a blanket.
Mhm.
It's
And
from the
cashmere's a
stands.
sweater.
It's from the stands there, Poison Girl. Brittle Girl.
Poison girl.
Yeah, I'm all fucked up now. You got me all fucked up. We're just doing all kinds of stuff today. Changing it up. I'm just giving out names.
I need to change my name to something really weird.
Right, yeah.
Liberty Net License, they seem like genuinely good people, although I'm not. Okay, so real quick, just like every country or every place has shitty people. Without getting too far into detail, I don't want to fucking talk about it too much, but imagine if an invading military came into the normal person's home and took away their means of self-defense to protect them from the populace from attacking them. That's the only problem I see with that. Like, we would come in and take away firearms from people that use them to protect their village, because we did not know if they were combatants or not. So therefore, they took away from everybody, which I did not fully agree with. However, you just didn't know who was a combatant and who wasn't, because just like all other wars, like Vietnamese War, the Vietnam War, we took weapons from everybody, so even the normal people couldn't protect themselves, which was really hard for me to grasp, and I still didn't agree with, and I don't today. But then again, if you didn't take them away from them, they could use them against you. So that,
Well, at that
yeah,
point, you got to question why you're even there. You know what I mean?
right. Well, it wasn't because we were there to obviously take out the bad guy, but essentially you make a bad guy by taking away their right to protect their family. So, and of course they always got weapons, no matter if we took them and blew them up or not. So that just goes without saying. Anyways, I'm not going to get too far in that. That's about all I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, real good friend of mine gave it to me. He told me to use it, so I did. Love it. Yeah. Whatever happened to fat guy? What was his name? Fuck. Superfly fat guy or whatever. Whatever happened to him? Do you remember him?
Yeah. The guy that started the whole fat food movement. I haven't heard from him in forever. I think you're right. I think it was Superfly Fat Guy. Liberty not licensed. Stand, the enemy of the brethren never sleeps. Defeating oppression is why I've tied into government groups prior to this. Operations are protected. Ooh, that's covert.
Yeah, there was a lot of things I didn't agree with. But anyways.
Yeah. Liberty not licensed. Irish, I meant the knife makers. I have overseas experience. Knife making? That's cool.
Irish, I meant knife makers. I have overseas experience. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you've been forward deployed too, I guess. Yeah. Stan, the enemy, and my brother never sleeps. Defeating opposition is why tied into government groups prior to this. My operations are protected.
Yeah, I mean, that comes down to the whole, we want to protect America and the freedoms that we enjoy here because we have a Constitution. Well, our Constitution is supposedly given to us by God, right? Our rights supposedly come from God, not from the government. Well, if that's the case, aren't those rights universal? If somebody's not born here in the United States, is God having special treatment for those born in the United States, or should that be God-given rights for all people, no matter where you live? And if that's the case, then you get into a whole can of worms taking weapons away from the populace, right? You know what I mean? Because then, if it's a God-given right, well, I guess you weren't born in the right country. God don't love you, bro.
Yeah. So no, Bobby says no. That asshole got a Glock from us, then left. Talking about Superfly Fat Guy 659.
Did he? I don't remember that. I remember somebody doing that, but I didn't know it was him. Or no, it wasn't that. It was somebody who was he was having a contest. Oh, and you were pissed off about this dude, I believe, Irish, because he was having a contest, hyping it up. It was gonna, like, he was some off the gritter dude, and he had put in supposedly like this big prize, and then the contest ended, but then he never showed up to give away the prize. And then he just like deleted it. Well, he didn't delete it, but he just never showed up ever again. He was gone.
Yeah,
who am I thinking of?
I know who you're talking about. He lived in a trailer. I don't think it was Superfly Fat Guy, but
no, he was promising a GoPro, wasn't he?
No, this guy was a Curio and Relic Firearms licensee, and he was buying all kinds of stuff. And then something happened. I don't know what the hell happened to him, but yeah, his contest ended, and everybody put all that work into it and helped him out and stuff, and then he just disappeared off the fucking radar. So I don't know if he got arrested or murdered or what, but yes, you're correct, sir. The Constitution legitimizes the government, not the reverse. Right? The only thing that matters to them is continuity of government. That's 100% correct. What you don't know and see in the news is that they've already implemented continuity of government. Most people are self-quarantining, but they're actually in Cheyenne Mountain or other underground bunkers. Whether or not they've came out now or not is, I don't know, but I have it on good intel that that's already been implemented to certain people. So if something happens, we'll have people that are in protected places. Yes, I gave him a shout out to help him get a Glock. He had no fun at all. Then he got Glock, but left after that. Yeah, I just remember he was always there talking about knives and stuff. People would always send him stuff. The guy who was saying he was going to give an XDM. Okay. Maybe he was suicided. Yeah, he could have been swatted. Just another scammer, says Stan. Fun equals gun. Yeah, there was a lot of people back in the day. I know Wasserton left for personal reasons.
Yeah.
He was he was
burned out here and there.
But he also had cancer. And he was also an undercover in a police undercover type situation. I don't know if he was DEA, FBI, CIA, but he was always full of good intel that was true. We could verify it. So there are black holes in the world too. Wise ones watch their steps, or so I've heard. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I probably give away too much information on here, but hey, if you really want it, you can come try to take it, I guess. It'll end badly for you. However, with that same adage, if you get into a gun battle, you might get shot, so you might want to have body armor. If you get into a knife fight, you're probably going to get cut. So you have to be prepared for that as well. So, it is what it is. I want to help people out in some way, shape, or fashion. Maybe not through monetary, but if I can teach you to feed yourself, I don't have to give you any money.
Right.
If you can learn anything for free, like I thought about doing videos, like intro videos, and then send you guys to Patreon or something to get the whole video. I've struggled with that for years, thinking about doing stuff like that. But then, if I give it to you free and you want to donate to my cause, then that, I don't feel like I'm pressuring you to do anything. So I'm surprised that the president and the vice president are even together in the same area at the same time. Yeah, well, they're in the most protected place right now. I mean, in the White House, shit. I would, I know they've had a couple shows about like White House down and stuff, but realistically, you'd have a better shot at uh, killing yourself on a landmine in a national park than you would getting into the White House to get to them. So never know when the time comes, right? Just have to be do the best you can, right? Yeah, that's what I say. One day at a time. I could leave here today and flip the tractor over and kill myself. You never know. You never know. So just live to the fullest and keep your head up and keep struggling. That's all you can do, because you never know when God's going to take you. Never know. Usually in any COG situation, they would keep them apart in case one goes down, the threat from a certain area. Yeah, right. But that would show weakness, I guess, in the part of the United States, even though we've been bamboozled by this virus. I would love to know what kind of fucking high-tech gadgetry, fallout shelter, nuclear bunker, or whatever is underneath the White House and the consortium of tunnels and stuff for protection of that. So I'm sure that at any moment's time they could duck down and be underground in less than 30 seconds and be protected from the largest bomb. So, I mean, the most protected man in the world would have to be the president of the United States, I think.
Right.
Hell, I've had power for the last 5 days. Why? Because I've been prepping for the last 10 years, even on a small income. Yeah, I've long said that too, Bobby. Like, take 25, 50 bucks, whatever you can spare each month, and put it on a gift card, or buy a gift certificate to some place you want to buy something. Sell some stuff on eBay, save that money, and you can use it on PayPal to buy everything but guns. Stan Ulch, I've been saying the same thing, man. Why are we still in the room?
Why are they still in the room? The president, vice president.
Because it shows that they're, big dick daddies and they're not scared of anything. Now everybody in the audience probably has a cough shield on, or they've been, rectally examined to make sure that they don't have anything. But yeah, there are always negotiables and deal breakers. What type of life shall we have? What type of person? You're so right. Life is so like a vapor. Yeah, I mean, I feel that way. Do I want to die? No, not really. But I mean, if it comes down to it, it's my family or somebody else's. That's what's going to be. Yeah, and you don't know. You don't know. Like I said, I could walk outside and get hit by a fucking stick, a dead man falling out of the tree. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, we have tornadoes. There's all kinds of crazy shit that could happen. Hillary gave out the nuclear response time on national TV.
Did she?
Yeah. I remember a long time ago. I remember that. She's like, we have 4 to 5 hours or some shit like that. I don't remember the exact time. Right. But the president can get underground, I would say, within a minute's time.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah. Stinger, you okay, man? Yeah, Stinger's all right. He's fucking fantabulous. He's got his pickle nipples.
Dude, I got a boner
milking
like
the pickle
you won't
nipples.
fucking believe, bro. Hard as a rock.
Bobby's gonna leave now. The episode proves.
I swear to God, I'm gonna get one of those built for tough cock rings and just dangle it.
This episode proves the way that, to the world's leaders. Unfortunately, I pray they're listening. We're listening. It says Liberty not licensed. The president and vice president stay visible and go down with the ship. They're not the ones in charge. Yeah, they're really not. Even though there are figureheads. Yeah, you're preaching to the choir there, little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for keeping us in check. The voice of reason.
Captain Obvious.
All right, well, we're at the 2-hour mark, guys and gals. Go ahead and give you a few minutes to leave any final comments or bitches, moans, complaints that we want to discuss. And then I have farming to do. 3 minutes, says Stan. Oh, it takes 3 minutes for them to get underground? Stan is the man. He's our special operator out of Canada.
So there you go. If you're gonna go all out and try to storm the castle, you got 3 minutes to get in there.
Which is not a lot of time. Most bank robberies happen in less than 5, is it 60 seconds that they try to do bank robberies? I just watched the FBI special on this not too long ago.
I don't know. A lot of me thinks, there ain't no way anybody could do that. But then you see this motherfucker that jumps the fence at the White House and gets like into the Rose Garden before they even know he's there, And then you start questioning, well, maybe somebody could do it. Jesus. They let this drunken idiot get that far in. There is whole, thinking they're so the shit that they then become a little lackadaisical.
Liberty not licensed. The most awesome underground bunkers protected no one from this bug, nor the next. Yeah, even with the most sophisticated, air cleaning filters made by the Swiss, somebody's inevitably going to walk in and not be decontaminated correctly. One misstep, and then you've screwed everybody in the bunker. So, what I was going to say was, what about the illegal immigrant? I think he was an illegal immigrant that shot from the White House Mall into the Oval Office. I don't remember if anybody remembers that, but they didn't notice for 3 days that there was bullet holes in the window in the Oval Office where the president sits. Yeah, but he had shot from the mall from quite a ways away. 3 minutes for full U.S. nuclear response from detected enemy launch, says Stan.
Was he trying to hit the White House?
Yeah, he shot into the Oval Office where the president sat, and that was when Barack was in there.
Wow.
Yeah, and there was bullets captured in the window. I think it was 3 shots. And even with all the gunshot sensors all over D.C., it still wasn't, nobody knew until the Secret Service walked by and noticed that there was bullets stuck in the bulletproof glass of the fucking White House. I got new video cams for the house. They're badass. Feel good about that. They're fun to have. Yep, they're fun to have, so that you can detect stuff, especially if they're night vision. You can see all the little creatures and stuff that goes bump in the night. I'm a big proponent of cameras. I love cameras, as many as possible, so you have no blind spots in night vision. I didn't do a video on these, but I will whenever I make some more. Night vision IR illuminators that are solar powered. Now, if you have a motion detector light and it goes off, obviously people are going to know that it's there, right? But I have some, and I won't tell you where they are. They come on and they're infrared, and they're the kind you can't see. So it looks like the light's defunct, but when you walk past it, it turns on. And at certain ranges, I know where they are, and they're ranged out, so I know the range from the point. So while I'm running nods, I can know how close you're getting and exactly where you are, because you get lit up with infrared and you don't even know the light went off. So they're set up, like I said, in range markers. certain ranges, and as you trip them, they tell me right where you're at. So if I need to take aim and dispatch a wild beast such as a coyote, I know where he's at, and he doesn't have no clue. So if he sees infrared light, he might. If you're running nods, you might. But the fact is you won't know until it's all over. Bad to you. All right, so last comments going now. Go.
Last chance.
I'd like
or
to
you'll have
thank
to wait until tomorrow.
I'd like to thank everybody for showing up and giving us all the intel. Hopefully you learned something. I know we do every day. It's always good to
By
have.
the way, I wanted to thank. I know this is at the end, but I wanted to thank HDP for putting out his video about Silver Saturday, or was it Silver Sunday? I don't even remember, but it was a good one. Got a lot of shout outs in that video, boy. I tell you what. So yeah, check out Silver, man. $15.39 an ounce right now.
I wish we could buy it at that.
The cheapest I've found it so far is a little under 19 an ounce. Better, I mean, percentage wise than it was when it was lower than that. But I don't know. You gotta, and what I've come up with is you've gotta, from watching HDP's video and just my own shit, is you gotta figure out what you're doing. Are you going for the long haul, for the crash of the U.S. economy, or are you wanting to cash out for retirement at some point? And I want to still invest in silver and gold, but to be honest, I think it would be more of a cash out thing because it's more of a, I know things are happening that I know I'm going to need that money for. And so I'm putting money aside. And yeah, we might lose out. It might actually be a net loss on the savings. But if I just hold on to cash, I'm a lot more likely to spend that than if I put it into precious metals. And then when it needs to be spent later, we'll probably cash out. So I don't know. That's my take on it to end the chat on, for me anyway.
So Liberty Not Licensed says it gets you well before you know it's even coming. Right, because you can't see it, touch it, feel it, taste it, or anything. Serological tests are now uniformly showing exponentially greater numbers of infected, by the way. So did you have actual COVID cerveza bug? I forgot. Please forgive me.
I want to know. We're gonna have to extend this shit.
Yeah, we may have to stay a few minutes longer questions here. Yeah, I don't remember you saying that you had it for sure. Like I said, my mother-in-law did not have it, did not test positive for it. So did you have it, Liberty Not Licensed, confirmed, or you were just recovering from something else?
I had a 24-hour bug. I don't know what the hell that was.
Because if so, if you have time tomorrow and you would like to come on, we'll definitely bring you on and let you talk about it. Because I don't currently know anybody that has it or has been diagnosed with it. So I'd be very interested in hearing the effects you had from said virus, if that's what it is, or if you're just recovering from something else. So while we're waiting for that, anybody else have any comments, complaints, bitches, moans? Has anyone talked to Bikes and Bullets? I've texted him and haven't seen any videos or anything out of him, so I'm concerned.
I've never been super close with him, but
I know he's in Vegas, but I don't think they shut down the internet there. Or maybe he bugged out. I don't know. So HDP, I know HDP said that he went dark, so I don't know if he went dark because he went off grid or what. So just hopefully he's doing all right and not sick. But Are you typing there, Liberty Not License? And are you interested on coming on to share your...
Stan says we had a shooter in Nova Scotia. A lot of weird crap behind the story. 17 shot, 11 dead. Holy crap, bro.
Social distancing is not working, obviously. My brother-in-law, there was 21 shot and 7 deaths in Chicago 2 or 3 weekends ago. So, obviously their social distancing is not working. I wonder how many of those cases were actually considered cerveza bug deaths, even though it was obvious they were not. Sorry, the chat's really slow on my side for some reason today. 17 shot.
Liberty Not Licensed says, yes, myself, my wife, our children, and grandchildren. Our aunt died in Michigan of it. Holy crap. 2 friends, another acquaintance's son. My wife's boss is in bad shape now. It's everywhere in South Florida. Holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Yeah. That's horrible. Yeah, I said from the beginning, like I believed that it was a virus. I believed everybody was going to get it. I believe it's a bioweapon. I just don't know anybody in person that has had it here in my rural community. My brother-in-law works at a level 4 biolab in Chicago. And if any of you watch any of the old videos, he said it's really bad. And he would know because he works at one. So he told me to be prepared. He offered to send me PPE and stuff like that. So we also discussed, the health protocol that's going across the bottom of the screen there, plus some other things. Being that he works at the lab, I'm sure he has access to anything that he would need to heal him. I haven't asked for any of that stuff. I did ask him a couple years ago for some cool SCBAs because, whenever he comes down, we talk about the new innovations in NBC stuff, like masks and forced air, Rhine air units and stuff like that. But as far as, stuff like that, if I needed N95 masks or something, I'm sure I could get them because he offered to send me some and some PPE. But yeah, that's horrible, man. Please, if you want to, we'll get together. Email me and I'll send you a link tomorrow. Then you can come on and talk about it if you wish. You can always keep your camera off if you don't want to be seen. But yeah, I'd like to hear about it and you could tell us all about it. Because we don't know. I do not personally know, other than you. Now that of anybody that has it, and the effects of it, his wife had a business that was probably shut down. I could see him going to his family cabin or bugging out. Okay, so that's probably where Bikes and Bullets. Yeah. I hope it wasn't released. I strongly suspect it was man-made. I know people who had early warning. I did not. So the video I posted up earlier is a guy that's a PhD. He believes that it was the first coronavirus death in the United States was from vaping. The guy that died from vaping, supposedly, because he had all the same symptoms of COVID-19. So that was supposedly the first death of it. He's a PhD, so he's, probably more knowledgeable on the subject. I just know how to protect against it, and the mitigation factor. I don't know anything about epidemiology or anything like that, so I'll post up that link. But if you're interested, we'll definitely have you on. There's the link again if you want to check out this guy's video. Stan says I was talking about bikes. He probably, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what his situation is as far as his cabin, whether it has internet and stuff. Tactical Tone, you guys talk oil prices already? No, they're down 45%. I think is what it. No, oil plunges to 80% in a day. Okay. Yeah, no oil prices. We did talk about Tactical Tony earlier, though.
Yes, we did. Nicely.
Yes. We never talk shit about Tony unless he's here, because that's the only way you're supposed to be. You talk shit to their face, and you talk about them like a gentleman behind their back. Best practices. Thank you. I can't yet. Perhaps in the future. I'm still weak and winded. I'm immunocompromised from NBC exposures in '91, and then losing the spleen later. Also lost. Okay. All right. No pressure. No pressure at all. Whenever you're ready, if you want to talk about it, we'll be more than happy to have you on. And
hell yeah.
Godspeed and prayers to you and your family.
Typing. I would have liked to know, like if you're able to just type, tomorrow. I still got a few questions. If we wouldn't mind talking to you through the text.
Yeah. Please come back on and talk about it if you want.
Yeah. Try to make it.
And hopefully,
easy for you.
Godspeed, you'll get better fast. And I know 6 weeks is a long time.
He is improving. It took 6 weeks. That's forever, man. I thought 2 weeks of the flu was bad. 6. I don't know if I could do it.
So Liberty Not Licensed says, very glad to be getting better and alive today. God is good. I hope to do good with whatever time I have. This is why I coordinate food distribution and do pastoral ministry now.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean helping out any way as possible. I mean, if you're sick and you're still trying to help people, that says a lot about a person to me. Very, very good. And we'll be praying for you for sure. We'll try to refrain from cursing as much when Liberty Not Licensed is in here, since he is of the faith. But he'll probably agree that the same words that everybody think are bad words, besides using the Lord's name in vain. Hopefully we don't offend him.
99.9% of all curse words are man-made anyway, bro.
Right.
It's like saying tomato is going to be a curse word.
Yeah, for sure. Get better first, and then we'll be more than happy to have you on. I like everybody's perspective. I learn from everybody, and that's the only way really to be. Because if you just believe in the smoke that you're blowing, then you're a pompous asshole. So I always learn something new. There's a lot of things we've talked about on here that, I took for granted. I didn't realize that poison stinger could start growing in February, as where I have to, it makes sense, but to put it in perspective, I've never been to Arizona, so I don't know.
Well, you should at least visit once. You see the Grand Canyon, man. It's fun one time.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll rent one of those RVs and travel the world one of these days. I don't know. Depends. It's a lot of hard work to have to leave to get people to
I can imagine.
Take care of the farm and all that stuff.
You got animals. You got to dude, I have a dog and a cat, and I can only imagine how much worse that is when you got more.
Right.
It's bad enough with a dog and a cat.
Yeah. Yep. It seems like every day it's growing. Now we have Canadian geese that are starting to nest here, so this is going to be their stopover point, I guess, to have their babies, which is cool, because they're really cool, fun to watch, and they eat all the greens out of the ponds here, so that helps with some weed control. But they're huge, and we have ducks, but the Canadian geese are just so much larger. I'm not even sure you can hunt them, but at first I thought they were eating my fish like the stork was, and I would run them off. But now I know that they usually don't. So yeah. All right. Well, it's that time, guys and gals. I appreciate everybody coming. Thoughts and prayers go out to Liberty Not Licensed and his family. Sorry for the loss of your loved ones. Hopefully it'll be better soon. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
Hopefully you don't get round two. I've heard that some people can get it again. So pray.
Yeah, definitely take anything that will boost your immunity. Garlic and the whole sort, definitely. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir. But thanks for watching. Thanks for checking in with us today, guys and gals. As always, I'm Irish USMC Vet. Thumbs up, thumbs down, bitches, most complaints, leave them in the comment section below. That's Poison Stinger over there. And thanks to you all for showing up, and we appreciate it. Godspeed, simplify, and we'll hopefully, God willing, see you guys and gals tomorrow. Have a great day, and learn something, plan something. And we'll see you guys and gals tomorrow, hopefully.
See ya.
Have a good day. We're out.